Hey everyone, it's Wilco the Cry here, and I hope you're all having an amazing day today. It's a beautiful Friday here in the Netherlands, and I figured to jump online real quick. This is not a scheduled or announced thing, but I just wanted to share something because earlier today I was mapping out some things we're doing in our business. I was deciding what we're going to focus on, what we're not going to focus on, how we're going to grow our business, and I figured to go online here, stream it live to share basically how to decide how to grow your business the fastest, right? Because if you're following me here, then probably you've got a business or you're starting a business and you want to also grow your business. And there's so much stuff you can actually do that, can be overwhelming. Now, before I continue, please do let me know if you can actually hear and see me, because while I'm sharing this live stream here, I'm actually also doing a little bit of a test, a little bit of an experiment. I've never used the live platform before. I'm currently streaming live from a tool called StreamYard. First time ever. So I want to make sure that you can actually see and hear me. Awesome. Ryan is in the house. That's awesome. Really appreciate it. So I'm assuming you can actually see me. Now, what's this all about? It's about growing your business. Now, in this stream today, I'm not going to talk about this little Facebook ads trick or this little trick to increase your conversions from your email. It's more like an overall approach of what should you actually focus on? I mean, let me know in the chat if you've ever been overwhelmed with all the options that you have. Whether you should go for messenger marketing, Facebook, like if you should use a viral or Connectio, or whether you should whether you should hire someone or whether you should fire someone or whether you should, there's so many decisions, like whether you have to create a new product or a new service, or whether you should increase your prices, or whether you should focus on improving your customer support. There's so much stuff to actually work on, right? Now, almost awesome. Rob in the house. Rob is using StreamYard all the time and they love it. Helmet in the house as well. Appreciate it, which is awesome. I can see your comments inside StreamYard as well, which is good. So I actually got my iPad here as well, so I might actually be making some notes as well. Let's see if it actually works. That work. Notes. Cool. You should be starting to see that on your screen. There's a bit of a delay. Doesn't matter. So growing your business, right? There's two things we can do. I see it as two parts of the entrepreneurial population. Some people say, hey, I want to grow my business. And then at the end of the year, if they have 10% growth, they're happy. And there's those who want to grow their business and they want to go for the max. They want to double their business or 50% growth or triple their business, whatever it is, right? Now, if you want to grow your business by 10% or 5% this year, that's great. I prefer to grow the business a lot faster. And that means you have to do different things, right? Because let me just share my iPad because I like to be visual as well. Because there's if you look at everything, if you would make a list of all the things you can do in your business, you list on all the ideas that you have, you've read about online, that you heard from a friend, everything that you can do to improve your business, whether it is improving your conversion rate, whether it is starting that new webinar, whether it is to start using a viral, or all these different ideas, right? The truth is that a lot of these ideas, probably all of them are good ideas. Probably all of them will make your business move forward, right? The question is what do you actually do? Let's say this first idea, it would grow your business by 1%, and this one also 1%. Every one of those ideas would grow by 1%. So that means if you do 20 of them, it's 20% growth right there. Now, that unfortunately is not the case, right? Because even though some ideas they would all move your business forward, right? The question is also how much time, this is a clock, how much time does it actually take, right? Because if you want to take 10 ideas that all move your business 1% forward, and every idea takes you a month to implement, it's 10 months of a year, and you've only done 10 of those things that all make your business move forward by 1%. So then the question is, which of all these ideas actually has the biggest impact, right? Which one actually has the biggest impact? But even then, that is not a self-isolating thing. Let's say I have an idea wow, I think if we have this new product, that would increase my revenue by 10%. That's not enough, right? Because the question is also, in what order do you do things, right? And that's when I start to usually zoom out. And I know this is not for everyone. Maybe you're busy with what you have already. But I like to just zoom out, right? With zooming out, I mean step back, go offline, like take a notebook, or in my case, I take an iPad, but I make sure it's actually offline. Like I go outside, I write down everything, all the ideas, everything we do, and really start thinking about like what has the biggest impact. And one of the ways I do it is I like to think of my business as, in a way, a funnel. Like a funnel has been very popularized by Russell Brunson. It's like your marketing funnel, but in a way, your whole business is a funnel, right? Could start all the way from the beginning, where you get like, you have some kind of traffic source, right? And then like people become a lead, and then some people become a customer. But then like from that, like there's CS, customer support, or customer success, right? And like if you have a recurring product, for example, then you'll have like some part of those customers, they stay, others they churn, right? They cancel, and like some of those will upgrade later on to a longer product. And there's all these different departments in your business, right? And the beauty is that even though it's not the same as a sales funnel, in a way it is a funnel where customers just go through like all the way from the start, like their traffic, they sign up as a lead, they become a customer, and they might upgrade, or they might churn, or they might stay a customer, or they might go through customer support. And that means that if you improve this by 10%, this by 10%, in other words, like 10% more traffic, but also you improve your conversions, that once someone actually visits your site, you get 10% more of those people actually become a lead. If you improve this by 10%, like if they actually sign up as a lead, 10% more than 10% extra is going to sign up. If you actually improve your churn by 10%, which meaning like 10% less is actually going to cancel, and also 10% more is going to upgrade, like it starts to add up because it's exponential. Like these changes you make right here, you get more traffic, but also from that traffic you get more leads. So like, let's say in the old situation you had 100 visitors, and that was like, let's say 10 leads, and you got one, or like let's say 1,000 visitors, 100 leads, and then you got like 10 customers, just as an example, right? In the new situation, you've got 1,000, let's say 1,100 visitors, because you got 10% more, 1,100, where's my 1,100 visitors, right? Normally that would convert at 110, but now you got one slightly more, so that's like approximately 120 leads, right? And then those 120 leads would have converted to 12 sales, but now slightly more, so it's like 13 sales, right? And then if LTV, your lifetime value of your customer, is also up because you've got lower churn and less and more upgrades, like those 10 customers might have been worth, I don't know, like 10 times 1,000, for example, but maybe now it's like 13 times 1,500, right? Which is obviously a lot more. So what I'm really saying is, like, in order to decide what to work on, let me just go back to my camera. In order to decide what to work on in your business, you want to first of all make sure you have the ideas and get inspired, right? You don't know what you don't know. So it's important. Yes, it's important to read books. It's important to have masterminds, like to get the juices flowing, right? List down all your ideas. Secondly, have a clear understanding of what your business is like. What's your flow? From people who've never heard before up until the point that, whatever they can happen. Like, not just becoming a customer, but also becoming an advocate for your customer, or creating loyal fans and getting people to subscribe to a subscription, getting people to maybe upgrade to a higher paid service, whatever that would mean. But have a vision, so know what all the ideas are, and have a clear idea of what your business is. And then you also want to ask yourself the question, like, where do you really want to be, right? Begin with the end in mind, because it's if you really look at it, there's two ways you can approach it, right? You could say, well, I'm currently right here. What do I want to do to grow, right? Or different situation, like right now I'm here, but I want to be all the way over here. Or maybe you've got ideas to do that, like, right, but you realize that you actually only end up over here. So then you're like, all right, that's not the option, right? Instead, what you need to do is you need to completely change what you want to do, because maybe you've got a certain goal, right? You want to double your business, and you realize that all the ideas that you have, you're only gonna add 40% of it realistically.
Alle informatie over Apple-producten vind je op de Apple-website.
Siri started talking. That is not what you should do during a live stream. People who have Apple phones can probably relate. They're nosy as hell. So my point is, like, you want to make sure that you have a list of all the ideas of what you want to do, right? You want to have a good, secondly, you want to have a good, clear idea of where your business currently is, like what has an impact on your overall business. Thirdly, you want to make sure that you start with the end in mind, like you have a certain goal in mind, and then you can start mapping out, like, all the ideas that I have, are they going to, how long are they actually going to take? Is that actually going to get me to my goal? Because if not, maybe you need new ideas. Maybe you need to do something completely different, because it's so easy to just start with your best idea, but maybe your best idea isn't the actual idea that you actually need, right? Maybe that's not good enough. Maybe you need to completely do something else. And that means, again, zooming out, stepping back from your business, right? Just don't think of in the current situation. Go look at inspiration sources, like go look at like companies in completely different industries. What are they doing? Maybe you are trying to tweak your funnel and get it to convert better, while in fact what you should do is you should have a completely different offer, a different product or a different service, or target a different audience. Like, there's so many things you can do. The options are limitless, but at the same time, you need to limit the options, right? So then thirdly, number four, what you need to do as well, so after you know what all these are, or after you know what your actual business is like, after you know what the end game is, also, and you actually figure out what you could be doing, in what order. And that is something where some people go wrong, because they're like, hey, this is the best idea ever. But like, is that really right now the best thing to do, right? Because again, if your business is somewhat of a funnel, right? Let's say this is like traffic and leads and sales, then maybe you don't have that much traffic right now, right? And you have a brilliant idea to get people to really convert, like once they're on your website, like they convert like crazy. But it's not going to help you because you don't have the traffic yet, right? So it makes more sense to make sure you have traffic and then go sales. Or depending, maybe you do want to focus on the conversions, because then your traffic is going to be more valuable. So as you can see, it's not even one or the other. Like, every situation is different, but it's good to think about the order of things as well. And yes, Siri, it's annoying. So that's really what I wanted to share today. Like, I figured to just jump online. I was brainstorming on my own here in sunny Utrecht in the Netherlands, and I figured, you know what, why not just go online and share this real quick. So I wasn't as prepared, but it's something that I personally spent a lot of time just thinking, which I think is my most valuable time, because it's so easy to just, run up the ladder and keep working on your business, and then you're finally at the mountain, and then you realize you put your ladder against the wrong wall, right? So many people do that. I've done that plenty of times. So that's why you can zoom out and then decide what you want to do, because oftentimes we're doing stuff that is moving forward, but people forget how much time it actually takes, and that by the time they've implemented and then do the next thing, they realize they're only it grew their business by 20% while they had a completely different goal. And that's why obviously you need to start with the end in mind. All right, well, I just want to jump online real quick. Hopefully this is helping you in one way or another. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below. And yes, this was also a bit of a test to see if StreamYard is working well. So if the video and audio quality was good, well, let me know as well. I'd really appreciate that. And with that having said, I hope you all have an amazing day this beautiful Friday, or whenever you watch the replay of this. And I'll talk to you all soon. There you go.